Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel and never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon, find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. Cincinnati Reds vs Miami Marlins. Neither of these teams have been playing quality baseball recently, but I still think the Reds have a quantifiable edge in this game. I'm going to ride with Cincinnati on the money line for Monday's series opener. More accurately, this is mostly just a fade of Roddery Munoz. The right-hander has struggled this season, logging a 5.45 ERA and 1.38 WHIP over 14 appearances, 66.0 IP. He's conceded 19 home runs over those 66.0 innings, which equates to an elevated 2.59 HR9 mark. If there's one thing the Reds can do well, it's hit home runs. They're 12th in the league with 125 tanks. Between potentially hitting a couple of home runs and using their base stealing ability first, 160 SB to manufacture runs, I think the Reds can do enough offensively to secure a victory in this spot. Cincinnati Reds money line. I'm going to play the under in Monday's National League tilt in Miami. While Munoz does worry me a bit, he gets a favorable matchup against a Cincinnati offense that's ranked 27th in both WRC 81 and WOBA .290 over the last 14 days. On the flip side, the Marlins continue to be a bottom-tier offensive unit. They're just 29th in both runs per game 3.61 and WOBA .286 this year, while sitting 28th in WRC 83. Interestingly, both of these bullpens have been serviceable this year. Cincinnati is 5th in relief era 3.57 and 8th in WHIP 1.21, while Miami is 10th 3.72 and 11th 1.25, respectively. With two bottom-of-the-barrel offenses squaring off, I think the under has to be the play. My total pick is under. Arizona Diamondbacks vs Cleveland Guardians. Last season, the Diamondbacks took 2 of 3 games from the Guardians at home. They enter this series as the hottest team in baseball in the second half and the defending NL champs are rising in the West and trying to solidify an opportunity to defend that crown, and then some. They have won every series since the All-Star break and have won the first game in 4 of those 5 series. Arizona is also 6-3 on the road in the second half. Cleveland was doing well enough for themselves since the break, but then dropped 2 straight against the Orioles prior to this series. They've gone 5-6 at home in the second half. The Guardians have to face Gallen, who threw 5 innings of scoreless ball in his last road start. This will also be Allen's first major league outing since July 6th, a high-leverage situation for sure. Gallen is 2-0 in 2 lifetime starts versus Cleveland. Take the Diamondbacks to win. This series features 2 top 11 offenses in the game, the Diamondbacks 2nd overall with 5.13 runs per game, and the Guardians 11th with 4.66 runs per game. Cleveland's average bumps up to 4.88 per game at home, and though Arizona's offense slips a bit, they still score 5 runs a game away from home. Coming into this series, the D-backs scored 5 runs or more in 7 of their last 8 games, scoring 9 or more in 3 of those. The Guardians put up 5 or more in 5 of their last 6 games. Between the two, there have been 113 games that have hit the over this season, and the over has gone 5-3-2 in the last 10 meetings between these teams. Take over 8.5 runs. San Francisco Giants vs Washington Nationals. The Giants stroll into Washington, D.C. for a National League contest on Monday night. This should be a high-scoring game with 2 capable offenses facing off against pitchers that have struggled at times. The Nationals will struggle in this game as they start left-handed pitcher Patrick Corbin. He has an ERA of 6.64 against the National League West. The Nationals are just 6-16 when Corbin has started this year. Expect the Giants' offense to feast early in this game, especially with their offense that is in form. San Francisco's Logan Webb gets the start, and he was fantastic in his last outing against Oakland. He should fare well once again in this battle. Webb has an ERA of 3.49 ERA this season, but the Giants are 3-10 when Webb is started on the road. Expect the Nationals to score some runs too, but I think that the Giants' offense is far too consistent. Take San Francisco Giants minus 1.5 runs. Runs will be scored at will in this game on Monday night. The Giants are hitting .283 in 3 starts versus the Nationals. They are also facing Patrick Corbin, who has been extremely poor this season. Corbin had an ERA of 7.27 in July. Expect the Giants to get after him early. The Nationals also have a better offense when playing at home with their .243 batting average. Take over 8.5 runs. Houston Astros vs Texas Rangers. Tyler Mahle will make his season debut for the Rangers in the first game of this series with Houston. Mull made another rehab start for triple Allown Rock on Wednesday, striking out 4 and 4 2/3 innings while giving up 2 earned runs and 3 hits. He threw 74 pitches and looked ready for his return back to the major league level. This is a huge series for both clubs, and although the Rangers are having an off year, they are still within striking distance of a division title. Houston has yet to announce a starter, and I like Mull's chances to deliver a quality start here at home. Take the Rangers to win. Hunter Brown was supposed to pitch Tuesday in the second game of this series, but the Astros may push his start forward a day after acquiring some arms at the deadline. Both clubs are dealing with significant injuries to the rotation. Justin Verlander, Christian Javier, and Lance McCullers are all on the injured list. Houston acquired Yusei Kikuchi from the Toronto Blue Jays for a left-handed arm to bolster the rotation. Regardless, this will be a high-scoring game with both teams having issues in the pitching department. Take the over 8 runs. Minnesota Twins vs Chicago Cubs. Hendricks has produced an ERA over 4 and was saddled with the loss twice in 3 starts versus the Twins. He has struggled at home in 2024, winning only once in 9 starts and generating an ERA north of 6. Minnesota scored 29 runs during their 3-game set with the Cubs last season and hit a robust .333 with a .667 slugging percentage against Chicago hurlers during the series. The Twins have an edge on offense in this series, ranking in the top 10 in multiple categories, including 9th in batting average with .254 versus bottom half rankings for Chicago. Twins batters have also excelled playing away from their home stadium this season, ranking in the top 10 in slugging percentage on the road with .404. The Cubs rank 22nd in the majors in slugging percentage, so they may lack the firepower to mount a comeback if they find themselves down early. The Cubs have not had much of home field advantage this season, barely winning 50% of their games, and they have lost 2 of their previous 3 series at Wrigley. The Twins have won 3 straight games. The stats and trends strongly suggest a victory for the Twins on the road in the series opener. Take Twins to win. Hendricks let up 4 runs and 2 long balls in 5.2 innings of work, the last time he faced Minnesota on his home turf. He has produced a 6.23 ERA in 9 starts at Wrigley this year. 2 of the 3 games played between these squads last season went over the run total, with 39 runners crossing the plate throughout the series. Minnesota exceeded 11 runs in 2 of the 3 contests. Twins hurlers rank in the bottom half of the league in several key categories, including 20th in ERA with 4.17, so look for the Cubs to have ample opportunity to score throughout the contest. The Twins have pushed or gone over the run total in 4 of their prior 5 games overall and 4 of 6 on the road. Minnesota pitchers have produced a bloated 5.57 ERA with a 1.29 WHIP in their previous 5 road games. The Cubs have gone over the run total in 4 straight games overall and 3 straight at home. The Twins are batting a healthy .257 in their prior 20 games on the road, so look for them to have runners on base in Chicago. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair on Monday between the Twins and the Cubs. Take over 8 runs.